Twitch, to move with a sudden jerky motion. Example, when Billy showed me his pet spider, it made me twitch to control the universe using only your thumbs. Example.
You found Twitch, the pulse of the video game revolution. All right, now all gamers know what separates the men from the boys. It's fighting games. Mano a mano. Bang heads and may the best man win. So here it is, the Twitch fighting special. We're going head-to-head in Toshinden. Prehistoric and Primal Rage. Kicking butt in Virtual Fighter Remix. And getting downright nasty in Killer Instinct. Let's get it on with the Twitch fighting special.
Fighting! Fighting! Fighting!
Sony's PlayStation fighting game, Battle Arena Toshinden, doesn't offer much in the way of plot, but don't let that bother you, because you've got characters with major bad attitudes in this fist-crunching virtual world. The 3D graphics are so cool, you'll think you're watching a movie rather than playing a game. Sophia keeps everyone's respect with a sharp eye and a mean whip. She's not as fast as some of the others, but she'll whip you into shape in no time if you're not on your toes. Rungo Iron is a big lunk with an even bigger club. Everyone looks like a nail to Rungo, and he's got the hammer to prove it. Bo-Fi proves that respect does come with age. His Iron Claw is merely a distraction before he teaches you an ancient lesson or two with his blue fireball moves. Duke B. Rambert has a big, long, two-handed sword. Dragging around such a big weapon doesn't do much for his speed, but when he makes contact, look out. Finally, there's Elise. She looks like someone's lost doll, and just happens to sport a couple of mean-looking knives. But being so small has its advantages. Drop your guard for a moment, and she'll be in for the kill.
I never give up.
Put these guys one-on-one in a variety of 3D fighting arenas, and you have a game that is as much fun to watch as it is to play. The camera zooms down to match up with the fighting. Some fighters might find the move options more limiting than some other games, but the fluid fighting action and a constantly moving camera keeps the action high. You can play this game in single-player mode, single versus the computer, or versus another player, as well as set bout time or turn on the auto defense while you're learning. But in Battle Arena, the true action happens when it's just you, your moves, and mean-looking opponents ready to help you kiss the mat.
Now, if you're already a master at Battle Arena Toshinden for your PlayStation, we get a tip for you to make it a lot more challenging. Here's how to remove the health bars from the top of the screen. First, pause the game. Use Controller 1. Press and hold down all 4 control buttons, then hit Select twice. The health bars will disappear and you can go on playing. Hey, you'll still know who won the battle. He's the one still standing at the end of the match.
I'm not happy unless I'm twitching.
Hey, now we all know that violence is no way to settle disputes in the modern civilized world. But what if a meteorite came smashing down on Earth and knocked out all technology we know about, and unleashed an epic battle between dinosaur gods? Well, then it's safe to say that a little bone snapping might be in order. With the release of the hit fighting game Primal Rage on Sega Genesis, it's time to strap on the claws and get your mood set for some blood and guts, throw out the rules, green-blooded dinosaur fighting. Featuring the colors, characters, music, and moves from the arcade original, this version gives you all the guts and glory you could want in the privacy of your own home. All the gangs here. Choose between Armadon, Sauron, Talon, or Vertica. Square off in the ruins of human society and get ready to rage. With over 70 moves to master and lightning-fast action, even the toughest thumb jockey is going to have to take a few beatings before mastering this card. Check out Diablo heating things up here for Talon. Or if you feel like a little dirty fighting, Chaos has a couple of tricks in store I guarantee you won't find in any other battle card. Hey, way to go! These guys are fighting to rule the earth, and no matter who you go head-to-head against, they'll pull out all the stops to win. The action is fast, the damage is brutal, and the moves are cool. The game is fully adjustable, allowing you to set buttons with your favorite special moves, or turn off the gore. Turn off the gore? Who want to do that? Here's a Twitch tip right from the source. The game makers for Primal Rage at San Francisco's Time Warner Interactive.
Okay, if you want to get the volleyball game, this is what you do. You go to the Sauron stage, which is where the beach is, and you kick a human up into the air and you throw him back and forth 10 times between the two players without touching the ground, and all of a sudden a volleyball net will magically appear in the middle of the screen, and you'll be able to play volleyball right there. And that's the secret.
Coming up, fight for your life in Mortal Kombat 3, and learn some new moves in Virtua Fighter Remix. Bruce Lee was a kung fu army of one, fighting his way through piles of bad guys using only his body and his mind. He was a true original. It was his style, his finesse, and his moves, and nothing else. He didn't need any gimmicks, no tricks, and no props. He's Bruce Lee, and I bet if he were alive today, he'd be playing Sega Saturn's Virtua Fighter Remix. Anyone who loved the arcade original and sunk a couple of tons of quarters into the machine will thrill with this home version. If you're looking for fancy weapons, supernatural fireballs, or cyborg battle armor, check out a This Fight Early, Fantasy Boy. For the 8 fighters in the game, the rules are simple, using your body, your brains, and your moves. It's first one to be knocked out of the ring, or just knocked out loses. Simple. And winner takes all. This remix offers all the moves you ever need. Fist to the stomach, knee to the chest, foot to the head, fist to the head, foot to the stomach. You get bruises just watching. If you need more variety, check out these moves. Clothesline, knee drop, flying butt slam, the giant swing, or just chase him out of the ring. Dizzy yet? Even the backgrounds, which are kept far more simple than most fighting games, reflect Virtua's focus on the fighting and not the frills. Besides, if you're looking at the scenery, you're going to be staring at the ground. Get good enough, and you'll soon find yourself face-to-face with one mean silver boss, Doral, who has a strong desire to kick your butt. You must beat her to gain the option of a special ranking mode where the game rates you on your style. Check out this fighting game and make Bruce proud.
Fight! 1. Ready, go!
A quick tip for fans of Sega Saturn's Virtua Fighter Remix. Here's how to play as the final boss Doral anytime you want to.
Fight 2. Ready, go!
While you're in the arcade or versus mode, go to the character select screen. Press down, up, right, then A and left simultaneously, and that spells Doral. Spell the name, and then play as the strong metallic warrior. Doral, she's not real pretty, but looks don't count in Virtua Fighter Remix.
Here it is, one of the most anticipated games for the PlayStation ever, Mortal Kombat 3. A perfect translation that brings all the graphics and sounds of an arcade game into your living room. The gory bloodbaths return, but this time with a whole new bunch of butt to kick. Check out these new combos and the handy-dandy butt-smacking percentage stats. You've got new characters to fight with here, including Shang Tsung, also known as Morph. There are over a dozen characters to choose from. This is an equal opportunity game. Try taking on Shiva with her 4 arms. Or Sindel, the Lost Bride. When you select your fighters, you can even play against yourself. And the finishing moves are wet and wild. A whole new definition of gore.
Kumao wins. Cyrax wins.
But if Grandma's in the room wanting to see what she got you for Christmas, you can turn the blood and guts off and show her the friendship moves these fighters do.
Wins. Friendship again?
This is truly one of the great fighters of all time. So get ready to burn out your thumbs and bust some serious butt.
How much do you play? Half an hour or an hour a day?
Well, I usually don't play that much.
So about as much time as you spend on your schoolwork? Definitely. How much do you really spend on that?
I don't know, a couple hours.
Virtua Fighter 2. It's definitely the best fighting game out there. Who's your favorite character on the board?
My favorite character is Sean D.
Did anybody ever tell you got the haircut of like Sean D there? Who's your favorite character out there?
This guy that I'm playing with right now, Akira. Well, he's got a double circle thigh kick. That's one that I use the most.
Jackie Bryan. Well, I like his punch right there, and I like his moves because he looks cool and he moves smoothly.
We need tokens. We're all tokens. If Nightwolf from MK3 were to do battle with Riptor from Killer Instinct, who would win?
Riptor, because he's much more aggressive.
Chaos from Primal Rage, Orchid from Killer Instinct.
Orchid, because she has all the moves.
Shang Tsung from MK3, Saberwolf from Killer Instinct.
Saberwolf, because I like his moves and what he looks like. It's a lot better than Shang Tsung.
How's that gum you're chewing?
It's good.
If butchering bad guys is your idea of fun, you'll love this fighter. Weapon Lord for Super NES. It's wetter than a shaky autopsy and twice as chunky. This is a landmark game for fighting masters only.
4. Salacia. Sword. Devada. Faith. Gentai.
Boasting special moves and combos out the wazoo, Weapon Lord is not a game for beginning fighters. It's for hardcore gamers who can appreciate true fighting technique. Weapon Lord rocks with its martial arts accurate action. You've got some new moves here like the thrust block, an offensive block that throws your opponent off balance so you can swoop in for the kill. One strategy is to knock your opponent silly. It's called dizzying. In this game, once your enemy is dizzy, he almost never recovers.
2.
Zarak, the final boss, is waiting to meet you at the end of the matches. Like most bosses, he's not a pushover. You'll have to be good to take him. Show no mercy in this game. If you don't finish off enemies, they will come back to haunt you. You don't just have finishing moves in Weapon Lord. You get to humiliate the corpses with after-death pummeling. This way, they don't have to worry about coffin size.
4 wins.
Weapon Lord is a most excellent fighting game that raises the art of battle to a new level of technique and realism.
It's the ultimate video game question. What if Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat 3 took on Fulgore from Killer Instinct? Let's hit the streets and find out what you think.
Fulgore, Killer Instinct. Nightwolf, Mortal Kombat 3.
I think Fulgore definitely wins just because he's a robot and Nightwolf is this little kind of Native American guy. So I think Fulgore would take his shooting thing and just kick his butt.
I think Nightwolf would win because he's got like a tomahawk and he just chop him up. It's like no contest.
Fulgore would win because he would just shoot out that thing from his hand.
Coming up, Survival of the Fittest in Primal Rage, and Battle It Out in Killer Instinct. It could be the ultimate fighting game, boasting more diverse fighters, fiercer combinations, and the bloodiest finishing moves. Mortal Kombat 3? No. Nintendo's Killer Instinct for Super NES. This game has all the style and characteristics of the arcade version, and it's translated into a great little cartridge. All you gotta do is jump in the ring and start slugging to believe it. Imagine playing fighters as diverse as a velociraptor named Riptor, or Chief Thunder, a mystical defender of the Native American people. The action is enhanced by easy controls, a pulsing techno soundtrack, bone-crunching sound effects, and spectacular graphics. During the matches, you're knocked out twice before your health is expired. The first time you're KO'd, the players are separated briefly and then allowed to do it all again. This makes for amazing comebacks and lightning-fast matches. Pick the color your fighter wears for that aesthetic advantage. If you must die, why not leave a good-looking corpse? If you don't feel up to snuff, perfect your combinations in the special training mode. A nice touch for cross-gaming fight junkies who need to warm up to Killer Instinct's special attacks. In this set, the were-creature Saberwolf slices and dices for cyber alien Galacticus in a bloody to-the-death slugfest. Note how the attacks are rated. This makes for more qualifiers to leave your initials on. Killer Instinct boasts enough secret combos and hidden codes to keep players busy with hours of meaningful violent recreation. The smooth, detailed animation holds up against any of the juicier big-bit fighter games out there. Let's check out Time Warner Interactive, home of Primal Rage, the head-to-head fighting game with one simple objective: total domination of the new Earth. The Primal Rage team spent over 2 years creating this multi-platform arcade game spin-off. The goal? To make the Primal Rage creatures different from the human characters in other fighting games, enabling development of a more complex fighter. In creating Primal Rage, Time Warner Interactive went back to some of the classics to invent something entirely new.
I was inspired by the old Ray Harryhausen stop-motion movies, Jason and the Argonauts, or King Kong, and that sort of thing.
Stop-frame animation, a process long used in Hollywood for movies like King Kong and used today for feature film special effects, was the key in creating Primal Rage's look. The result is lifelike prehistoric characters that move smoothly, adding detail and personality.
The characters are awesome. Guys like Chaos, he's just this wild ape. We totally wanted to make him completely different from Blizzard, which is the other ape in the game. So we gave him stuff like the Farted Fury. And the guy pukes, and he does other stuff that if your parents knew about, they would really not want you to have this game in their home.
But the appeal of Primal Rage goes far beyond the interesting characters. The fighting engine makes Primal Rage a game with more combinations than any other game to date. Add in original moves and advantages like sweeping tails, razor-like claws, and prehistoric butt slams. And the result is one of the most complex fighting games available, starring 7 charismatic and amazingly lifelike characters. After 2 years of all-nighters for the designers and rumors of a sequel, Primal Rage hit the shelves and immediate success. The best part of the entire experience?
The kids come in and they play it and they absolutely love it. We have a phase that we go through called the field test, which is where we test the game at the local arcade. And what we'll do is we'll go down there and it's just, I can't tell you the feelings you get when you see kids crowded around your game, screaming and yelling and having a great time. That's what it's all worth.
Primal Rage is on multiple platforms, so pick it up and feel the rage.
Have any secret tips or codes you want to share on Twitch? Email them to us, along with your comments, at intro@tcinc.com. Or send us a letter at Intro Television, 4100 East Dry Creek Road, Littleton, Colorado, 80122.
It was all in the nick of bad time.